what really matters is money and income and wealth and all that. And that in focusing on seeking respect for these previously derogated groups and continuingly to be derogated groups, you've lost track of the fact that you should be focused on raising the economic level of the worst off. I am willing, with that I agree. I mean, that is to say, I don't agree that there's an that these are alternatives, that you must do one or the other. I think, you know, you can walk and chew gum, you can do two things at once. I think we have neglected questions of class politics. We have neglected the questions. My own view is, I don't know if this will put you off me, but I'm not an egalitarian. I don't think that what matters is equality in these things.
Oh my goodness.
I think in these things.
Stop right there. All men are created equal.
All men are created equal, but that doesn't mean they have to have
I write about a person who said that.
So, I know, yes.
So this is interesting. You're not an egalitarian, so
I'm not an
explain
egalitarian
that?
About money and wealth. I don't think that the kind of equality that matters is having the same amount of stuff.
Okay.
I think that what really matters in the economic domain is having enough. Mm-hmm. And we have too many people in the world and in our country who don't have enough. Mm-hmm. And that we haven't focused on. And especially because globalization of the economy and the opening of the world economy and the great growth in world trade has moved jobs and has displaced the lives of some people in this country. And those people, we should have been thinking about them all along. We should have been thinking about them not because they were a nuisance or because they were going to vote for somebody we didn't want them to vote for, but because they're fellow citizens of ours whose circumstances have been made bad by an important change in the world, which has been good for many, many people. It's been good for a lot of people. It's been good for hundreds of millions of Chinese. It's taken more people out of poverty in the last decade or two than we've done in the whole of human history before now. That's great. And I myself think that's wonderful. I think everybody, American, Chinese, German, Ghanaian, should be in favor of taking people out of poverty wherever they are on the planet. But it's been at the cost of displacement for some people. And a decent society, seeing that, would work to try and improve the circumstances of those displaced people, to give them a sense that this is a country that cares about them and that is trying to guarantee them and their families a decent existence. I think that's right, and we haven't done enough of that, and this is a complaint reasonably made against both parties. It's a reasonable complaint against the Republican Party, and it's a reasonable complaint against the Democratic Party that we didn't do enough of that over the last few decades, as the material conditions of the worst off basically have settled into a sort of low level, and meanwhile that globalization has produced trillions of dollars of new wealth, and most of it's gone to the top 20% of the population, and within the top 20% to the top 1%, and within the top 1% to the top 0.1%. So that's all that wealth could have been used, some of it, to invest in communities where jobs had gone away. These communities are rural and urban, black and white, and Hispanic, and so on. They're not just one identity group, and we should have done that. So I agree with that. And if that's a part of what people mean by complaining that identity politics has distracted us from something else, okay, I accept that. But I don't think that that's a problem that you could say that was a problem that distinguishes the Democratic Party from the Republican Party. It's a failure of our elites, of all parties, to think seriously about the circumstances of the worst off in our own society. And as I say, I think a decent society wants to make sure that everybody has enough. And we haven't done that. We haven't been focused on that.